All right, everybody, welcome back once again to VRMLCon Phoenix 2025. We are now, well, soon enough, moving to the best of 5 portion of our brackets, as we touched on moments ago, didn't we? With our next matchup being Nova versus Spectre. I think specifically, gotta say again, we opened the stream, Pally Dimwee cast, we had Ignite on it. And we're saying, oh, what year is this? This feels familiar. And now we have a Pally Dimwee stream, but we have a team called Nova. I think that's particularly familiar with you, dating back to, what, 2020-ish?
2019, in fact.
Yeah.
That first season of Echo VRML, it was in November, December 2019. Venom was my team captain, and I got to play on Nova. In fact, if you check on Discord, my PFP on Discord, the super simple Sir Dimwee logo, made by Venom. I've kept it this whole time, all 5-6 years, as just a reminder of where we come from. You know what I mean? And,
keeps you humble.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just like because we didn't start where we are. We start at the bottom and we work our way up. And that was kind of like the signal of the beginning. There was that logo that Venom made for all of us. It was me, Venom, Essend, and did we have a? We might not have had a fourth yet, actually, at the time. I don't remember. But yeah, it was really a great, an awesome thing. And to get to see that team competing here now with Venom still at the helm, this is really a treat. It really is.
I bet. And, looking at the performance for Spectre and Nova, they performed pretty similarly in the qualifiers. They were tied on points-wise, and I think it's going to be just as good as this one. We're going to see some pretty tight goals, see some pretty tight competition for these teams. Best of 5, and it's our first elimination match. So whichever team wins this will move on. The other will be done at the con.
Yeah, absolutely. So then, the stakes only get higher as you get higher into these brackets and into the tournament. So they will be fighting here for their lives on stage, but of course, it's been a very lively convention. So that's one of the nice things about VRML and VRMLCon and the lands here is, you're already in close proximity with everyone. So you play your game, win or lose. You go into the audience, you cheer for the next team, and it's very nice seeing that camaraderie, the sportsmanship, and then sometimes you get a little bit of a trash talking too. Just friendly banter. Yeah, some healthy, friendly trash talking there, and we saw some of it, of course, yesterday as well. And it's one of those unique things to land that just adds to those intangibles, that you only get at this experience.
Yeah. No, yeah, that live yelling back and forth, being able to express your love for your competitor, we'll say. Yeah. The love you have for your fellow competitors,
tough
brothers in competition. Tough love is certainly a phrasing for it.
So we especially we saw that in Breachers when you were in here with me, didn't we? I think you were in the crowd, Pally.
Yeah, I was up there getting the full view. And,
it
was entertaining. I can't remember the player's name now from I believe Ivy, but
Sleetso.
Probably.
He was the one who was yelling real loud. Yeah,
he was the hype man.
A lot of energy up on that stage, and that's what we really like to see from our players and from the crowd. Crowd participation yesterday, especially from the Orion folks, was fantastic. The 1v1 chants, everything in between, just getting super excited at the plays that were happening. And I've been seeing that again today. Ignite versus Big Backs, we had some big crowd enjoyment here, as well as on our last matchup. And I'm looking forward to that continuing into our next matchup. And, Spectre and Nova both, they weren't the highest up on the ladder for the tourney, but overall, I think they could have some pretty good placements because of this land placement. Maybe it was an internet thing. Maybe it was just a skill thing. We won't know until we see them in the arena. Yeah,
exactly. So much going into land play for sure. And so the team's getting set up here. You can see them kind of warming up, getting into the mix there. They're here bright and early, even all in their team-coordinated jerseys, of course. Really cool to see. I know I saw VRware. Shout out to them outside of the stage here, the theater here. Can get some merch if you would like, some awesome T-shirts and jerseys. Shout out as well to, of course, HyperX. Amazing giveaways yesterday. We have here today Echoholics. What's up, guys? Thanks for your Echo merch, your Overflow merch. We distributed that quite nicely to people here today, and again, it's cool stuff, and I love the experience.
Oh, no, this is really a cool experience being here in person in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, I am curious, speaking of the crowd, crowd interaction, I'm curious, so of course in front of us, we have Nova versus Spectre, so crowd response. Who do we think is going to be winning this matchup, starting with Nova? Can I hear it for Nova? All right, good. Okay, let me hear it for Spectre. How about, let's hear it for both teams competing here right now. There we go.
There we go. You brought it around. Nice crowd work, didn't
We can't split the crowd, Dimwee. Then they won't support everyone.
For me in these events, I always say, I'm the favorite of whoever's the underdog in a given minute. I constantly switch, and that's just because it's the most exciting way to view it, honestly,
100%.
as a neutral. So if someone's down by a point or two, okay, I'm cheering for them to come back. If they come back and they're winning by a couple, well, guess what? I kind of want to see the other team fight back with a burst and maybe send it to an overtime, things like that. And we've gotten a lot of it. And we saw that in Breachers yesterday. We've seen it already in overtime in our second round match here. Just moments ago, we saw it in overtime as well. So I expect a lot of that. In the Pioneer Ignition Cup, we got a crazy amount of overtimes. Oh, yeah. Some of them even went 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes. We had at least like three 5-minute overtimes. We had several 4-minute overtimes. Insane when it gets to that point.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of skill depth in Oriondrift, but once you get to that pinnacle level of skill of the meta, you start seeing those games. It's not going to be every game. Sometimes you're going to have games that slip away from you. You're going to have a few that don't feel great. You're going to lose by a margin. Then you got other games that just do not end. And this might be one of those matchups. Again, Nova, Spectre, we're even in that qualifier leading up to this match. This, I think, is going to be one of our best matchups this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. And while we have moments still as the players are getting into the arena now, we do want to shout out on behalf of Avaroken. Thanks to Mom, Laura. We appreciate you.
There you go. And also, of course, thanks to all the parents. There's actually, that was one of the things, one of the very first VR lands we did back in, was it Maryland? I was calling it Spotsylvania, wherever we were.
Virginia. Richmond or...
regular Richmond.
Yeah.
Was realizing how involved parents are in events like this. They do not happen without parents' involvement. So real quick, can we get a round of applause for the parents of these kids at these events that are supporting everything that's going on here? Thank you, everybody. Thank you to the parents out there who are committed to, their children's passions. And
absolutely.
Things like this happen because of parents like that.
Yeah, couldn't say it better myself, did we? And even from the caster's end, it kind of feels like sometimes we've been around so long at this point, it's almost like we're watching kids grow up with these games too. I've seen it so much. It kind of sends you into a bit of an existential crisis, to be honest. But it's also one of the most, points of pride, I suppose, as we get started here. Nova versus Spectre, ready to go.
Nova versus Spectre, round one underway for Nova. You got to Felix, Flair, not Noodles, that is Razy VR, the famous, and Venom, of course, the most famous. And of course, over there in Spectre, you've got Drago, Munchkie, Hex, and Chris as we are underway in round one.
All right, so coming away with it is Chris with a dribble up the floor, trying to evade Rainsy, and does so, evades, sends the pass, and trying to invade the goal, but they lose the handles here. Just still getting warmed up, of course, as is often, again, the case in those opening minutes here on stage. Got to mind into the headset a little bit.
You can see the fiery competition already happening. Rainsy on that ceiling car, hoping to head over to Nest, passing it over to Felix. Back in the hands, but blocked off by Hex and the rest of Spectre. Now in the hands of Drago, just passing it back and forth. They don't want to have this ball be static. The best way to lose the ball is to keep it in the hands of one person, because they can now be ganged up on by the rest of the defense.
Nova with possession, although maybe a handoff there to Spectre on that near side. Drago trying to get something working here. Drago not able to get control. Nobody really with control right now. Rainsy there on the far side. Flair right nearby to help support. Rainsy gets by two. Rainsy has Flair in front of the goal. Rainsy looking to send that one up. The defense is there to break it up, and there's Hex to turn that one around for Spectre as they get control here.
And Drago flying from the top here, working their way around that donut as they send a left lane towards that sewer area, coming away with it on this dribble. Rainsy the approach, eyes it, on target, off though. It's a nice block there from goalkeeper Munch.
Shot
and right into the goal, maybe a rebounder, no.
That is unfortunate. He tried to go straight for the shot attempt, bouncing off nest and the back wall, but Rainsy recouping his losses, now picking up the ball, heading towards the halo, maybe passing to Felix over on left bridge with Chris on nest, trying to block him off. Rainsy going straight up to the goal, hoping to go for the 1v2, misses on the corner shot and has to head back towards mid. Venom passing it up, now in the hands of Felix, hoping to pass ball up to his teammates, running out of boost. Doesn't quite matter, back in their hands, but now Hex has it in hand. Dimway, they're taking it downfield.
And Hex, another long shot, flare nearby. That trajectory, oh no, it does not, goes just wide. And Venom is there to pick it up. Hexo getting it back. Rainsy trying to get it out, does get that one away to that corner. As Drago keeps that one in play. Spectre, another opportunity. Drago sending it to Crixus.
Whoa! Hits that corner pocket, and Spectre has taken this lead 1-0.
Oh, wow. Spectre, the Inspector Gadget, just saying, go, go, and they did.
Inspector
Dimway.
There you go. And now Crixus with a big stop there on defense. Crixus, 1v3. Crixus is going to come away with that one. I can't believe that worked. Crixus sets it up off the wall, and they have two on the board just like that.
My goodness, if you can do it with style playing. How about it?
Exactly, trying to get Spectre now up to first that shot with the backwards, just hand straight up off the side of the goal. They just really want to get these shots down. But Rainsy returning immediately. I don't think any of those defenders on Spectre even put a hand on the ball before it went in. There was no defense that they could put up. But now Munchkey with the rollout. There's no Kiwi from the side of Nova. It's going to give Spectre a bit of breathing room to push it up towards their goal.
Yeah, we'll be now coming away with it. Rainsy, we heard on that last score, the fan club of sorts, showing their support here. Indeed, Rainsy making a lot of content there on socials. Love to see it. And Venom there as well. Love to see that ball, but just misses actually. Sails below him, but will still be recovered by their team. Nova trying to gather that ball. Crix now with the goal, or with the ball now. Will send it deep towards that midfield. Will be contested by Flair, and it just ain't fair. You got to watch out those midfield interceptors.
There you go. Some good rhymes there from Palador. Venom trying to get that one out. Does not quite get a hand on it. Rainsy, once again, subscribe to Rainsy. Rainsy going to send that one across. Felix, good pickup, though does not get the possession. Crixus in the area. Nobody getting a touch on that. It will be Crixus coming away with it. Flair in front. Crixus gets by. Crixus sending it up into the hands of Venom in goal. Phenomenal goalie there, Venom, as they turn this one around.
Now it's up on the top. We have Rainsy just picking it up, trying to get ball towards the goal. Unfortunately, to the wrong side as Venom tries to reclaim. With Drago. Now Felix getting ball in hand, hoping to pass it over to the other side. Can't quite get his hands on it. Now pushing it back over. They really want to get this goal, but it feels like Nova is just being blocked at every stop by Spectre.
Overtime here. As long as the ball doesn't hit the ground, Nova still has an opportunity to tie this one up 2-1. Venom with it. Venom sending it across to Flair. Flair keeping it up. Flair looking for a pass option. Has Rainsy in front. Oh, it's going to hit the floor. Spectre will take round one 2-1.
Wow. Well, we said it, sir, didn't we? The overtimes, we've been seeing him across the con so far. We've seen him now twice in only 3 matches. So you love to see it, the tight competition as they close out that round.
It's something where, these teams, I really enjoy that we have that overtime at 0 seconds till it hits the ground, because it gives teams a last redemption shot.
Right.
I've seen that a lot inside these games, whether I'm playing pub matches or if I'm playing comp. It's something where that 0 seconds where you can just keep the ball up in the air is the clutch moment. That's where you see these wonderful, wonderful shots come out up to these pockets just to really secure that victory. But overall, it looks like they just couldn't get it done. But we'll see if they can get it done on second. We're only up 1 round. We're heading into round 2. Ball is in the middle. Now, we do have Spectre up 1, but Nova can 100% get this back, Palador. It's just going to take some work.
And again, we're in a best of 5 here, so it's it doesn't 1 round. You don't have to worry about it as much as you would have earlier in the best of 3s, but still definitely wanting to get back on the board and back into the scoring end. It's an attempt there. Will whiff and back to Rainsy now here from the mid lane.
Yeah, Rainsy there on the far side under pressure by Crixus. Does get past to Venom. As Venom sending one back, Flair has Rainsy in front, Felix nearby, and Venom holding that shallow back line as Drago will press against Felix. Felix moving on in. Felix looking for Rainsy looking for a tight angle shot, but will hit the lip of the goal. That one will bounce out, and there's Crixus to pick it up.
We saw that 180-degree ceiling carve on the ceiling that nearly got Felix that goal just because of that quick turn, but didn't quite get it down. Trying to go for the redemption shot, gets blocked off by the 3 defenders over on the Spectre's side. Just trying to get it in hand. Flair can't quite get it. We know they're definitely running extremely low on boost now. They need to get boost, and that's going to be a huge opportunity for Nova to start scoring some goals. As they send it up towards the middle, towards the goal, they just lose it in their hands, and it's back over to their side.
All right, now on the recovery, Flair will be there, but so is Crix. We'll cross him out for just a moment. Crix now a shovel pass towards that mid lane, but well defended. Felix and Drago now contesting each other. Winding around is Felix will create some space. A handoff to Rainsy. Rainsy tapping off the Geo to obtain that possession. Has some options left, has some options right, and oh no, not on the goal. A little too much, too wide that is, as it will turn over for a moment. But maybe right back again to Rainsy. The dribble, and then gets tackled right out.
Chris there gets a hand on it, but it's going to be Rainsy maintaining possession. Rainsy doing a lot of work there, but Chris is going to get away with it. Chris sending that one up. Venom with a big stop. Venom, that goalie work he's known for, is going to get that one sent away there. As Felix on the far side of Venom, maintaining that pressure. Venom and Felix against Drago. Drago somehow still in possession, not for long. No, gets it to Chris. Chris moving it on up, but there's that defense once again. Venom sending that one away.
Oh, absolutely. You saw also there Venom. He rotated back into goal while the ball was disrupted. He was pointing out orders, directions. He was already making the call out to what happens next, and that's what a good captain does. That's what the experience of that leadership gives you as they now get back into the defensive zone on their own. There's Flair, and easy does it. Take away. They send it back to the midline on the offense there. No success for Spectre on that round.
One thing I'm honestly seeing is Spectre is keeping Nova on their back foot quite a bit. Nova is trying to get the defense down, but they end up having to do these really long, far clears that puts it directly back in the hand of Spectre, and that's exactly what you want if you're on the other side, because you can pick that up, put it right back up towards the middle, and keep the pressure on, stop them from going and getting boost. You're wearing them down little by little.
Speaking of wearing down, we are almost 2 minutes left in this second round of this best of 5, and it is still scoreless. Neither team has been able to find the back of the net in this one just yet, though that one gets nearby. Felix is there to stop it. This has been a round of goalies. As this one is scooped up. Drago gets it. Drago down the floor. Drago looking to make something happen. Still possession. Sends it up. Has Hex. Hex there to pick it up. Hex off that back wall, but there's Rainsy to reconnect. Unfortunately, Spectre was not able to get their players into position there to make anything happen, as Nova's going to turn that one around.
Yeah, they're trying to get this done, and we've seen this 0-0, minute 30 left on the clock, but we saw Nova in the qualifiers be fantastic at battles of attrition, trying to just go long and long and long, and then eventually get that one goal. And we're seeing if Nova can get it done this time. Felix has it in hand, heading up towards the middle. They want to get this shot attempt off, passing to Venom, goes for the shot attempt, can't quite get it. Rainsy goes for the shot, but the double bounce off the hand, can't quite get it, and Flair can't recover it. This might be a shot attempt for Spectre, but Venom saves it from scoring.
Again, that positioning from Venom just knows where to be and how to be, because right now, it's open, and there's a sound of a damaging goal, and a big one in this final minute for Spectre. That could be devastation. Not a lot of time on the clock for the reaction. Back now to Nova.
Yeah, Rainsy moving on in here. Now Nova down by 1. Rainsy across the player who pass does not connect. Rainsy now looking to track down his own pass and check out the options. So Drago, heavy pressure. That ball is loose there on the far side. Rainsy can't get control. Drago has it. Drago moving up. A goal here for Spectre would be devastating in this match with less than 30 seconds to go as that ball is loose on that near side. Felix gets a hand on it. Oh, and it will be Rainsy coming away with it. Rainsy now moving into the zone. 20 seconds on the clock. Rainsy 2v3 to Flair. 3v3. With less than 15 seconds left, we've got a tie game.
Wow, how about the clutch? And that's a clip, Rainsy. I'll see that on TikTok later.
100%. We're seeing these players. He's trying to make some content, but Chrisix doesn't want to go to some OT. He wants to just get this score down. Venom in goal, trying to defend it. We're going to see some OT now. Felix, with that OT, some folks don't know, it refills your boost. So now they have full boost. They're trying to head back up the field with that advantage. Felix heading straight up towards it, gets blocked off by Drago. Ball in hand for the Spectre side. Not much of a goalie in place for Nova currently as they're all fully up. Now Venom's back on the defense, trying to get it in hand. Can't quite do it. Hex tries to get it, but Felix has it back. This is an opportunity for Nova. There's only Munchkey currently on the defense, and Flair is right there to receive it.
Some big plays coming up here again in the depths of overtime. Over in the trench now, Cricks the approach. Got the goalkeepers now flooding into the goal, not wanting to see that one go in. Felix getting possession for that, a 1v3 essentially. The teammates just weren't there to help, and it will be now maybe numbers going the opposite ways. They scramble towards the offense, and a big tackle out, and a denial sent back towards mid lane, but there are a couple of Nova players there for a potential recovery.
Yeah, Venom gets that one recovered here, sends it near side. There's Drago for Spectre, picking it up over a minute into this overtime in round 2. Of course, it was Spectre picking up round 1 in this best-of-5 series as Flair gets a touch on it. Flair across. It will be Spectre with possession. Drago there at mid. They're looking to set up. They have Chris at center. Hex high up. No, Flair is going to stop that one. Sends it into the zone. There's Munchkey to pick it up. Another turnaround. They're going to get an opportunity. Flair sending that one across. Is anybody there to receive it? No, it's going to be Chris for Spectre turning that one around.
Just trying to get this ball downfield. It's been back and forth, back and forth. Felix has it in hand. He wants to go for the shot, passes it over to Venom. Go for the shot attempt. Felix can't quite get it down. The clutch push from the Spectre defense. They just want to get this goal off. Rainsy now pushing up to the stop. Gets Felix in hand, but gets blocked by the wall of defenders on the goal. Munchkey gets it in hand, but it's to the 2 defenders in mid. Passing it up, not quite to their teammates. Unfortunately, it gives Chris a bit of breathing room to pass it over the other side. Gets pushed, but doesn't matter. Has it in hand, heading up on the left side table, heading towards on bridge. Gets blocked off by Flair. Needs to find a pass attempt. Can't quite get it down, and now doesn't have ball in hand.
You know these teams, these players are sweating it out right now. It is clutch after clutch play, and every single mistake will matter all the more as they go right down to the bottom here on the floor. Venom popping out of a couple of defenders, but Munch, nice awareness there, jumping out of the goal, and will save at least that attempt at the offense for Nova. And now back at them again. Spectre trying to collect that. That's Hex contesting Felix. Felix, the merry-go-round, but loses the handles. It's Drago. Oh, but unravels on that play. It's Flair, not fair, and right back in there as we continue this overtime in the deep end. There's Cricks and a miss.
That one's going to go wide. Felix there on the far side. Also, shout out to Nova's rotation on the back line. When Venom's not there, somebody else is. As Ranging now moving in on that far side. Has pressure from Drago. Drago trying to get that one broken up. Does. Munchkey is going to come away with that one. Does not have an open goal shot, so they will move on up, although they might have the numbers here. Is it 3v2? No. Defense is returning. Big shot. Oh, goes just wide. Venom is able to slap it away.
My goodness. Right now, converging. You see that pile up, and then they quickly disperse. Plague, you know, at this point, they're just trying to, I think, slow it down a little bit. You can see they're staying on this side of the floor and just trying to maybe breathe, reorganize a little bit, not push it too hard, too fast, without a plan.
I think the play at this point, I haven't been seeing a lot of back passes to try to confuse the defenders. We've been seeing on higher tier play, we see people back passing maybe to mid, just trying to get good positioning, going around themselves, carving around, but we haven't really been seeing that. It's giving Drago the opportunity to get ball in hand straight up to the goal. Rainsy does get the clutch save, but it's still in the hands of the entire Spectre team going for shot attempts, and this is what we're seeing. This is what we're talking about, folks. They're going for solo shots, and it's just getting denied. If they pass over to the sides, get better positioning, it's going to work out a lot better, but they can't reach it in time. Just barely hits the wall, but Flair goes for the redemption shot, can't get it. We're seeing a lot of solo plays here. We really want to see some team play to get these goals down. I think they're ball chasing a little too much together rather than having positioning on the bridges, but that's hard to do in this much of an overtime. Your brain is scrambled, 10 minutes of constant play.
Oh, no, it really is.
Oh, no.
That's an open goal opportunity. It has the trajectory. Oh, it's going to go a little bit high range. He is going to get there to slap that one down to the floor. Trying to get into a teammate. Hex picks it up. Oh, Rainsy, no. Drago,
Here it goes.
Oh, my goodness. It is crazy here. You can feel the pounding of the feet on the floor. Everyone's stamping, and right now trying to stamp an end to this play. Rainsy being contested. Will be the ball going up high towards that bridge. Back down low now. Felix, Chris, and back towards the mid. Venom down there in the back line. Just trying to stabilize and does so with some success. Finds Flair on the other end. Flair on the approach. There's the opportunity denied, and no! Munch, a big dive out the goal to deny it as we approach that 5-minute overtime we talked about as if it was planned.
Don't reveal the script.
Oh! Directly past the defender. A lull into the commentary. All it took was us to be silent.
Right?
Maybe that's a key.
Right.
It was the lull before the storm, and lightning sure struck. What an ending and what an overtime, guys.
5 minutes. That was quite a bit, and that was only round 2. Spectre up 2-0 in a best of 5, but Nova proving that this might just go all the way to 5. And if it's like that, we've got an hour-long game on our hands, David.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
No stress, no stress.
The producers are sweating, but the casters, well, we're also sweating, but for different reasons, because we love this action.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, this is, what a game. Unbelievable. All goalie. And, you know, I love goalie play. You know what I mean? It's kind of infamous.
It was your thing. It was your thing.
I made a video with Venom, Nova's top goalie. Yeah, I'm calling you out, buddy. Yeah, no, I mean, just all goalie play in that match. I mean, just insane. Insane. We saw a lot of great defensive coordination. It was once they got into the offensive zone, as you pointed out, a little bit of solo play there, kind of not hitting those passes. And there were a couple times I saw, like, someone coming in, looking for that pass. The passer is looking to take out a player, looking to tackle someone, looking to take out the goalie. And you just get that disconnect, and you're not connecting on those plays you need to make happen when it counts the most. And you get 5-minute overtime.
I think what really would benefit the play here is having someone on that back line. We've seen Venom be on the back line, and I believe Munchkey for the other side. Having them as a return, we saw that in Echo quite a bit. The you're pushing it back to your mid, you're getting a return back to be able to have more positioning, have more options for where you want to put it. We don't see that a lot on Oriondrift, and that's something that I preach to a lot of the folks, especially for moderating or like rookie stuff. I'm a coach for them, and a lot of it is you want to give yourself options. If you constantly push the ball up towards the goal, you're slowly just narrowing where you can go, and it lets you get blocked off a lot more. If we can just get some good pass opportunities, some good places to go, it's going to be a lot better opportunity for these players to get some goals done. And I think that's what's going to happen. These players, warming up, they have had a couple matches leading up to this, but overall, it's not easy to warm up on a land stage like this.
No, certainly not. And it's one of those things, especially if you're newer to a game like this, breaking the habit of always moving forward is so difficult. You have to. I remember way back when, another echo reference, but way back when, practicing with Venom, we had to go into scrims saying, all right, before we do anything else, pass it back just to get into the habit, even if it's the wrong play to make, just to get into the habit. So when we are trying to make the right plays, we have that thought. Send it backwards, cycle it back, get the defense out of position, open up some space. It's a really hard habit to break.
Which is why, you call it a reset, right? You're resetting the play. That's really hard to do.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we have to do. Even in shooters, right? You try, once you go down a few players, you need to recoup, you need to replan. That's something that's really hard to do in a sports game that's such high octane, especially one with such a short time like Oriondrift. I mean, an Oriondrift best out of 3 lasts at the longest 15 minutes, unless you go to OT, right? It's something where you have constant action. It's really hard to take a break and go, yeah, I can spend 15 seconds, get the ball in hand, get some positioning down, and get this done.
Yeah, and credit to Spectre as well, because they had that statement first round. They did a great job there. The second round, you saw a little bit of momentum shift there late. I think courtesy of the crowd. The energy that you hear. If you're one of those teams, at least in my experience, when you're that loud, you hear it, and it could definitely get into the heads. If not positively for the team they're cheering, it can also be one of those things that affect the team they're cheering against negatively. It can get in their heads, it can interrupt your comms if it's loud enough. There's been multiple times at LANs, even with sound isolated headphones and such, where the crowds have gotten so loud that you just can't even hear your comms at times, and that could be disruptive. But credit to Spectre, they were able to kind of weather the storm and the little bit of momentum that Nova was starting to build up, and they closed it out in an incredibly arduous overtime. The endurance was real, but the clutch was real, and right now, a real deal. It's the third round about to start here. Finally, as Rainsy now on the approach for Nova.
Enough flare. Oh, big goal. Look at that. To kick us off, Nova, in exactly 15 seconds, are going to get the first goal. They really want to push us past 3 rounds. They don't want to go out right now.
Who would, honestly? You have this big competition coming in, and you don't want to get eliminated. Now passing it back upfield, Spectre, unfortunately, has it now in hand again, but they don't have many passes, gentlemen. They have some folks on the back. Venom is on the defense, but they really want to get this offense off. Now Chris gets it in hand, can't quite get it done. Hex and Drago, both too close together. They couldn't get the ball in hand, leaving Rainsy an opening to push towards Munchkey. However, Hex and Drago have something to say about that. Pushing straight up, Rainsy going for the pass. Pebbles going over the top, but Drago gets it straight in hand. That's going to be now Chris pushing up. There's no goalie. Goes for the shot. Gets it in.
Wow, what a nice one. Just a little gentle pat on the bottom of the ball to send it lob style over. And that grenade exploded right into the goal to react now for the 1-1 tie up here, Dimwit.
Yeah, Pebbles on, moving on in as Rainsy across. Look at it, 3v3, sends it low. But that one will get slapped out there to the far side. Drago there, oh no, Flair breaks that up. Rainsy gets it picked up. Rainsy moving on in, looking for a pass. Hits Pebbles. Off of the wall. The defense is here to slap it up, but Pebbles gets possession. And that is Nova with possession now.
There's that reset we were talking about. They brought it back to Venom, but unfortunately it was a little late, and Chris now has it in hand, but he runs out of boost. We see him throw his hands up. He just doesn't have it. Drago now getting it in hand with Flair and Pebbles, now pushing through, just wanting to get ball, but passing back to the teammate on mid. Chris has a golden opportunity, but unfortunately it gets taken down by Pebbles, just trying to clear it out. We're seeing these panic clears happening, putting it straight in the hands of Flair. Flair going straight up to Munch. Apparently misses, but that leaves Rainsy an opportunity. He misses as well, and that is a fantastic defense from Spectre, allowing them to not go down another point.
Nice defense coming in to deny that opportunity. Pebbles now from up high being met by all players.
Oh, the self-goal!
Players, oh no! It goes right under and in as the defenders had dived out.
Yeah, so, yeah, we've got, Spectre, Nova goes up 2-1 here off of that goal. Chris, though, looking to make something happen, moves that one up. Rainsy, good tackle. Venom comes out to challenge that one, and we'll send that one across. Nova wants to hold on to this lead. However you're going to get it, you're going to take it. Is just over 2 minutes to go in this third-round matchup. Spectre, of course, up 2-0 in a best-of-5 series here against Nova. But Nova with a 2-1 lead as Rainsy maintaining that possession, looking to pass someone across. Does get it to Flair. No, not quite. And there's another turnover. Drago slapping it out.
Just trying to get ball in the hand. Pebbles again claiming it, getting that interception. 3 defenders coming up on him, barely missing it out. Munchkey on the goalie, now giving an opportunity to his team to get it in hand, but Pebbles reclaims it. He must be out of boost at this point. He's going up and down. Rainsy with the 360 ceiling car.
Just because.
I know, just heading back towards the goal, passes it over to Pebbles, hoping to go for the shot attempt, gets it done! And that's 3-1 lead for Nova. They do not want to go down.
They absolutely do not. These are some high-angle shots we're seeing from Nova that they're getting in here. They're getting these goals way up high, setting them in, getting it past goalie. Chris, Venom, good pickup there, good read. Drago trying to do something with it, but Venom gets it right back as Nova setting up here in their own zone. Rainsy with it. They're turning around here, Powder.
And they are winding it out toward the mid lane. Hex trying to intercept, but a quick couple of passes there, back and forth, 2-man game. Rainsy now sending it over to Flair, but nice dive from Chris. Well played on the defensive read as it gets sent right back out to Venom now. Again, manning that back line. Over the arms of Venom, and that could cause great harm into the goal. Rebound, no. Sailing past a few different arms, flailing, flying, and vying for control here in the trench. There's Drago being assaulted there by Pebbles. Gets it over somehow to Rainsy, and now Pebbles again whirling, twirling like a dervish here and trying to evade Drago. As they swipe at each other, they swim, and maybe it'll go in. No! Bouncing out of there. Munch, the denial with the good shot, but right back on that second attempt. Nova has exploded here, going supernova, in fact, didn't we, after dropping those first 2 rounds.
Yeah, they are up 4-1, 12. Looks like we might go to a 4 in the matchup as Rainsy turning this one around. Maybe get one more here. Pebbles gets it. That's going to end your round. Wow. Nova is going to take it 5-1.
Gentlemen, who is this team? Did they change out all of their players just now? What is this? We had them down 2 rounds. Nova has, we don't want to leave. We're going up 5-1, and we'll see if they keep up that momentum heading into our next round. We're going to get to it soon, but I want to talk about the change in play style that we saw. We see that Nova did start passing passing the ball back to Venom on the mid, or Flair, who is in mid as well, trying to just really get their passes down. They've figured out the strategy they needed to take against Spectre.
Yeah. No, they really did. Getting those resets, it cannot be overstressed. How effective. I mean, just watch hockey. Watch hockey. Watch basketball. You move in, you don't have the shot. You don't take the shot, you send it back. Yeah. Get that open space. Pull the defender out. Get somebody out of numbers. For the moment you have numbers, attack. Punch hard. But you got to get the numbers first. Once you have those numbers, you attack. You get those opportunities. You get those open spaces. And the way to do that, the reset. You got to reset that ball. You got to send it back to the back line. You got to get the defense to chase it down.
All right, that said, chasing down this opening launch here will be Venom taking it over for Nova. So I'm really curious to see how Spectre reacts, because they were great in those first couple of rounds and in that overtime. But after that, just rapid fire assault we saw that last round, I would love to see exactly that, right on point. Getting the goal was Drago there, I believe, and swooping away with some extra confidence to start out that first minute.
So Rainsy taking it downfield towards Spectre's goal. They really want to get this redemption shot. We're seeing these players over on Nova going for these top-down shots quite a bit. I think Spectre is really going to be starting to adapt and having more players on the defense up top. You know, ceiling carving maybe, or some wall carving, just trying to get these players to get away from the goal. Rainsy again heading straight up towards the top, going for the down, but clearly it works for Nova. Maybe they should keep doing it. These solo plays are not really solo plays, right? We have these players coming out, intercepting the defense, stopping them from putting the kibosh on this push, but it doesn't matter. Chris goes for the shot attempt, but Venom on the defense. Nova has really good offense and defense so far. They've really improved their play over these few rounds that we've seen.
Yeah, no, their transition play right now, when they get a pickup and they move it on in and they get those numbers real early, like that last goal from Rainsy, they've been executing on it beautifully, although that's going to be a turnover there. Spectre with an opportunity, Chris with it there on the far side, moving on in the trenches. Drago ahead, gets by one. Rainsy, though, big stop there. Although, Spectre will keep that one in play on the shallow back line. No, big turnover, Pebbles. Big opportunity as Rainsy across. Will they send the shot? Helps it, sends it. Nova has the lead.
Oh, what an angle. Insane. Just gotta love the concentration to be able to hit those shots and to be creative with those bounces as well. You know, realizing that it doesn't always have to be straight in. You got some angles, you got the walls, you got the floor. And right now these players are hitting this. Oh, so feeling as they were dealing right into the goal, but Hex now coming away with it with a backwards swing, nearly hit. That just grazed the rim. And it will be now Flair with possession for at least a moment, but have to be careful because Hex playing some pesky defense there.
We see these players having to scramble for some boost. Pebbles now pushing straight up, doesn't have really much to work with, had to go straight for just a push on. He had no passes. That's where a reset would have been really useful. But now reclaiming with some boost, Pebbles passes it over to his team. Rainsy, he doesn't have anyone to go to. He's going to have to go for a back pass to Pebbles, now over to Bridge, but there's no one there to receive it. That's going to allow a golden opportunity for the offense on Spectre to get some good progress going on a push. Drago, ball back in hand over towards the Bridge, gets taken out. Chris wants to reclaim it, but Flair goes for the Hail Mary clear straight towards the goal, but back in the hands of Munch. And now in Rainsy's hands, they want to go for the shot attempt over the top of the goal. Now in the hands of Pebbles, bounce pass, but can't quite get it done.
I got about the transition chain we saw from Spectre a few moments ago. They were turning around and they needed to get to the ball quickly. And instead of trying to run, they just used the pull through, the re-grabbing to get to it really, really fast. As Flair is going to hold possession there. Nova with it. Pebbles moving on up as Rainsy behind. Flair across. Rainsy. They've got a three-person attack here, the 3v4. That defense for Spectre is collapsing in on their goal. The attacks from Nova, I think, have changed Spectre's defense a little bit here. As Nova, struggle with it here. No, Hex is going to move on in. Venom coming out of the goal to challenge that, but gives it to Chris.
Yeah, good rotations here from Nova, but just the same. Spectre trying to get right back at them now. They're fleeing into the goal as Pebbles pushes this offensive set here to Rainsy. Rainsy trying to set the sun there on the goal. Another one of those bouncers, but just didn't have an angle that time around. As Venom from the back line, reliable there with a lot of those clears, intercepting them. Now Pebbles on the approach. They have Flair to the left. We'll go to Flair. Maybe Flair right back to Pebbles here, trying to eye it down. Collapsing. Oh, and snap! It's into the goal just like that.
We've seen Pebbles consistently throughout this match be a very aggressive player. He's trying shots down. And we see this every time. He just rushes straight into the middle of all 4 of those defenders and goes, you want to block me? I'm not going to let that happen, but doesn't matter as Chris returns the shot immediately. Venom just not able to get the defense off Rainsy. Now has to do the rollout. I'm not seeing a Kiwi from the Spectre side. They're kind of giving Rainsy a bit of breathing room up on the Halo. They don't want to give too away from positioning-wise as Rainsy now gets blocked off. Venom loses the ball in hand, but Drago can't quite get there in time to reclaim it. Now he does. Coming through sewers, heading up through, can't quite get it as Venom passes it up to his team on bridge.
That's a beautiful pass there. Flair, beautiful flick to get by the defense. Ball is still loose, so that's going to be Chris. So there's a possession there to Spectre. As this one's going to be loose on the near side corner. And stoppage of play.
And of the round, I believe there.
Am I allowed to get a water break?
I believe so.
Okay, there you go. So,
and ceremonious, right? we were so into the gameplay we didn't see the timer.
Indeed. So yeah. Nova is going to take us to a round 5 here in this matchup against Spectre. As we're going to a 5. So you had Spectre go up 2-0, and then Nova come back 2-2, and we might be looking at 3 days.
I mean, wouldn't it be the first time, right? It happened a few summer cups online too, and so you never know what to expect except greatness at this level. I mean, these teams are here for a reason here today, as we do make it to the 4th round indeed. So getting into the thick of things here, as Chris now with possession.
Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time that these players are going to a top 5. Nova, I believe at 2, Spectre at 2 as well, trying to just get these players done. Trying to get these balls in the goal, just pushing through, but Pebbles can't quite get it done. Flair now pushing straight up towards the goal, getting the shot attempt down towards the goal, but Munch blocks it out.
Yeah, Munchke sitting at one. Spectre is going to gain possession here. Drago moving up, has Flair in front, and we'll get that one sent. Though Pebbles on the back line for Nova on defense, gets that one caught. Although turning it right back over to Chris. Both teams kind of just giving it to each other at the moment, and that's a good defensive stop there from Nova. I believe that was Rainsy. Subscribe to Rainsy as he gets that one on the near side corner for Nova. Nova setting up in their own zone here.
You're saying subscribe to Rainsy. Are you sponsored by Rainsy here, Dimly?
I'm not at liberty to say. No, I love Rainsy's content. Rainsy, great dude, great content. Check it out if you haven't.
All right, well, right now we're checking out the opening minute and a half here of this 4th round, crucial 4th round indeed, fifth round rather. And it will be Pebbles now, working it from the top. Again, the tournament lives of these players on the line, not too deep of a shot attempt, but maybe intended there to Rainsy. Rainsy will collect, and just ejects right out of the rim. Another close one as Venom there in the back line yet again sends it right back to Pebbles, positioning out very well, both offensively and defensively. You can see the pacing, the man coverage, and no coverage, the recoverage. Nicely done to get the first points for Nova.
Nova really want to get this. They already have 2 rounds in a row. They just need a 3rd, and with a point up right now, we saw them have a very tight gameplay with Spectre. They're just going straight for the shot attempt. Chris can't quite get it off. Now back up towards his team. We saw some fantastic midfielding from the Nova side, but they haven't really gotten it over on Spectre. We've seen some clears. They have to go and fetch it rather than having someone to grab it immediately and keep the play, keep the pressure. Speaking of pressure, Pebbles, ball in hand, pushing straight towards the goal, gets blocked off by Munch, but Rainsy gets it right back in hand, going straight for the pressure again, pressuring the goalie. Flair gets it, unfortunately, does not get the goal. Now just trying to push the ball up the field. Spectre wants their redemption. They want to get this last round.
They do indeed. As Venom going to send this one up. Flair, of course, Nova up 1-0. Just over 2 minutes to go here in this best-of-5 matchup. Tied 2-2 as Nova, Pebbles there on the far side. Pebbles under pressure, looking for a back pass. Does not connect. Drago with it as Hex moving in. Drago stalls for a moment. Gets his team to set up. Pass over to Hex. Again, Spectre, patience right now. Hex across to Chris. Hex takes out the goalie. Chris moving on in. Look,
high angle shot goes off the
and that one's going to get slapped away.
I think everyone holding their breath on that play, nearly going in to tie it up, but could not do so, as it will be Rainsy coming away with the ball. Now the team's fully fanning the floor, left, right, and center. So you got that spacing, Rainsy, the patience. Meanwhile, the defense just waiting, biding their time and waiting to mark their man. But Flair there, creeping away from him, was that ball. So recovering is going to be 8-2 Drago. And Drago will carve around the wall, send a lob pass to that left lane, eventually reaching Hex, but has to be careful because Flair is there. And the ball is up high towards Halo. Bringing it down is Chris.
We have 1 minute and 10 left on the clock, gentlemen. Spectre needs to score this shot. They need to score it soon, or else it's going to be really in the bag for Nova. Speaking of which, Rainsy now has the ball in hand, and here's where the teams have this debate of do we play keep away or do we keep the pressure on and try to keep scoring. I feel like trying to keep scoring is just the more sportsmanlike thing to do. You want to just try to get this stuff, but $5,000 on the line. Do you keep trying to go for these attempts? And it looks like Pebbles is. We saw that aggression from him before. He has ball in hand, heading up towards the goal, getting pressured by every single defender on the side and barely not getting the shot off.
Yeah, it's 40 seconds to go here in this matchup, as this one's going to be slapped there to the far side. Spectre with possession. Drago up to the ceiling. Drago coming down, and will send that one up, although it's going to be picked up by Chris. As Chris, it looks like the stream has stalled out there, but they're still playing. Drago sends a shot. Flair is going to send that one away. 1 point. Just under 20 seconds ago. Munchkey gets a hand on it for Spectre. Spectre with possession over to Rainsy. Excuse me. It's going to be Nova with possession. Pebbles moving on in. Pebbles going to take the shot. 10 seconds. Pebbles hits the goal, and Nova is going to be moving on in this matchup against Spectre. Spectre, unfortunately, will be out of this tournament.
A shot so good we couldn't show it on stream. It was amazing, though. Great play there, rolling it up, and another one of those bouncers from up high, hitting the bottom floor into the pocket, closing it out. Wow, what a game that was, going to the depth of things there in the fifth, because it started out 2-0 for Spectre, but they were able to really bring it back to the 5, and we can see, again, the good sportsmanship and the handshakes and the love there from the crowd as well. That's the kind of thing you love to see here in the VR community and here at VR MLCon.
Indeed it is. Just great game to Nova. They went down 2-0 in that matchup, and then we talked about the things that changed. Looked like they changed them. And then Spectre, they absolutely tried to adjust to those changes, and unfortunately they just weren't able to do it. Now, we did see a difference in that last game. The game prior was what, 5-1? That last matchup, 1-0. One goal. We were back to a goalie game. We were back to the defense game. And very interesting to see. Big victory there to Nova, as they are going to stay in this tournament in the lower bracket.
Yeah. Congratulations to them overall. Now, before we go to our next matchup, I believe we have some giveaways to get done.
We do. We do have a giveaway here. So we have some grab bags, as we have a bunch of stuff. Mouse pad, headset, microphone, blue light glasses, gamer glasses, as they say. All right, so we got 2 ticket numbers here. So it's going to be the number above the QR code that's in the email you got, the one you showed to get in here. So ticket number EMV91, EMV91, and then BG8Z2. That is a mouthful, BG8Z2. And if you want to check if you are a winner, you have until 4 p.m. today to claim that prize. And if you want to double check, head on over to the announcement channel in the VRMLCon Discord server to double check if your ticket is a winning number. Palador.
Yeah, well, thanks, of course, HyperX for providing so many of these amazing prizes and giveaways that we've been featuring here on our stream and to the crowds. I'm sure they've loved the swag they've gotten here this weekend. So amazing stuff for sure. But yeah, we're going to go into a quick break unless you have something to say, Mr. Doctor. Otherwise, we will warm up for another exciting match. We're continuing our best of 5s here. And we will be back. So don't go too far away here in VR MLCon 2025 in Phoenix. Stay tuned. What happened?
Okay. Thank you.
I'll be out there in a little bit. I want to not be in this room right away. You know what? No, we're celebrating. You know what we're doing to celebrate that? Hold on. We're about to go crazy. Yeah, I guess. We're going. Can they see me? Yo, they kind of got it. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm gonna try it like one time, and it goes back, and it goes back. Grab some knives. Do it with those. I probably could. Do it with my Okay, I'm done. These ones are red. I was like, yes, sir.
Gentle together.
Oh, can you juggle? All right, so I'm gonna give you. It's gonna take you 5 minutes. And you're gonna do it.
I know how to do it. I know how to do it.
Oh.
David!
Come on, let's go. Wait.